Hello, everybody. Welcome to Thursday night. Hi, everybody. Ben with Ben's Brick Designs. Welcome. Glad that you're here. Hi, Glenn. How are you? Just chilling out. Nothing really going on tonight. Gonna do some building, some drinking. Got a Czech Pilsner here. So this is delicious. I don't remember the name of it. How is everybody doing? So, nothing really to talk about. No news, no nothing. So we'll just get into building. Today's build is going to be the Imperial Light Cruiser, otherwise known as the Arquitens-class Light Cruiser. This is out mostly because of the Mandalorian, but it was featured prominently also in Rebels. We saw a lot of it in Rebels. And I think we get it now because Moff Gideon, it's Moff Gideon's ship for all of 5 minutes in The Mandalorian. So we see it twice. Once when they are, I think, above the planet where Grogu and Din Djarin are trying to contact other Jedi. They send those Death Troopers down. And then I think later there's a scene where he and the cloner guy are talking about stuff. And then the one where Bo-Katan and all the people show up. So, but these were basically the Star Destroyers of Rebels too. So they didn't show a whole lot of Star Destroyers. They had these light cruisers instead. And it gave the show a little bit of a smaller feel. It felt like, because Rebels was just Hera and her little cell of, Rebels. There's only 5 or 6 of them. And so they didn't have a whole army. It was just them in one ship. So having a Star Destroyer go after him felt a little much. But having a light cruiser go after him was probably just right. I think in universe it can hold maybe 3 or 4 TIE fighters. I think maybe it can hold a shuttle in its prow as long as the shuttle docks right there. The cloner guy, some fan you are, yeah. I don't remember his name, honestly. He has a Kaminoan symbol on his lapel on his shoulder, and but as we know, now that we've watched the Bad Batch, and I'm gonna go ahead and slice these open. I don't know if I can say anything about the Bad Batch because the embargo hasn't passed yet, but we knew that Kamino was not in the universe after a certain point because they just didn't show up. They weren't in any of the shows or the movies or anything. There was discussions, but that was it. So we kind of saw what happened in the Bad Batch. And I'm guessing that these are now like fringe technologists that the Empire has paid to continue the cloning program. And as we know, because of The Last Jedi, why they're continuing the cloning program. So this kind of gets into a nice segue of that storyline. So, hi Kodiak, how are you? All right. I do have these. If you remember, I have to give these. These were the prizes we got from the trivia last week. For those of you who were here for the 72-hour stream, thank you very much for being here. That was a lot of fun. I'd like to thank my guests again. We had Michaela from Snot OK. We had Candace from Donut Hole. Her screen name is Donut Hole. She streams over on Twitch. We had Kodiak was on, and we had Brad from Brad's Life, and I think that was it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there's just the 4. Do I play rugby? Hi, DJ Howarth. No, I don't. This is a shirt based off of a show called Torchwood, which was a Doctor Who spinoff, and this is just a fun mashup of some items in the show to make it look like a rugby shirt or a rugby club. But yeah, if you didn't catch the live stream, go check out the VOD on it. It was a lot of fun. I do apologize for all the 72-hour people that I wasn't able to get it going in the stream that I had set up. So apologies for that. I don't think I'm going to have enough room on the table for all these, so we're going to push these off. Onto the floor. So far, I think there's only 8 bags. This isn't a huge model. Sorry for the crinkling. Torchwood is an anagram of Doctor Who. The Torchwood Institute, set up by Queen Victoria to protect the Earth against people like the Doctor. Kind of a backhanded compliment, really. Okay, yeah, 8 bags. So if we were able to do 4 bags, this might be a 2-streamer. We can get this done on Sunday. We shall see. So this is just a Star Wars set. I'm not going to put any stickers on it, I don't think, even though the bridge stickers look pretty cool. Is tomorrow the last season 1 Bad Batch? I think so, because this was a 2-parter. Last week said part 1, and I'm pretty sure this is the finale. So I'm excited because last week's was a banger. Oh man, it was a lot of fun. Maybe I'll do stickers on this. I'm trying to think. This is a playable set, so I'm not really sure if I'm going to display it or not. Depends on how big it is, I guess. I'm liking my displays so far with like Kylo Ren shuttle and a couple of UCS sets, and I don't know if this one will make it there or not, but I think some of these can be added later, so it's not a big deal. All right, did we get? We did. We got a. I like how it tells you which figures are going where. This is what I'm most excited for because I've got the parts set aside for Fennec Shan's ship, so I'm excited to get to her figure. I need to order the parts for that. Also, new today, got some new ink for those that didn't see on Instagram. Got a Soot Sprite from Ghibli, from Totoro and Spirited Away, and then a Federation or a Starfleet symbol from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Just got those today. You can see they're a little red still, so that was fun. And shout out to my friend Mel who got her first tattoo today. So congratulations. Hers was a line from a video game, or it's a quote from something, and I didn't recognize it. But she is way more into video games than I am, so there's that. Yeah, the 72-hour thing was great. It ended up being 80-something hours because people just kept being added. It started like 4 p.m. on Thursday and went till Sunday midnight. I felt our stream was really great, and that was no small, in no small part to the people who were on it with me. That was great. Also, a lot of the other streams were also very fun to watch. There was a couple other people doing trivia. There was a couple other people doing. There's always an auction that happens. There's this. I forget which one it is, but they always do. I think it's Hoosier Bricks. They always have an auction. They always like a backlog of sets, and they do an auction for them, and then the proceeds go to the kids' charity or something like that. So it was very fun. I wasn't able to watch as much as I planned on because that weekend was just already kind of a cluster of stuff to do. So I'm a little upset at this set specifically because Moff Gideon has a darksaber, and basically the darksaber is a lightsaber with a black bar. It is not. It's not a blade like it is in this. Yes, I am. Yeah, look at your watch. What time is it?
Hey, I'm gonna let the dog. Can I interrupt you for 1 second?
I don't care. I'm just talking to like 3 people.
Okay. So Kaylee broke one of our wine glasses. I think we got all the shards up,
Well,
but
was it her tail?
yes, it was her tail. But I'm going to let them stay in here so I can enjoy sitting outside with my girlfriends without worrying about their big glass.
Okay, that's fine. They're gonna poop in here at some point.
They potted outside.
Okay. Yeah, as long as that gate's closed, I don't care.
Yeah.
Cool.
Now it's gonna be the trick.
Go out through the bedroom, maybe. Beth is having a girls' night, and I'm not allowed, which is fine because I'm streaming. Alright, so he doesn't have any decorated pants, but... There we go. And then you get a spear. So I know Lego makes swords, right? They have cutlasses and old swords from like castle days and stuff. So next time she comes in, I'll say, everybody says hi.
Hi.
By everybody, I mean Scott and Glenn. Scott, Glenn. Yeah, so I don't know why they couldn't have made a Darksaber. I don't know, that's just me. Oh, hi, Erica. How are you?
Hi, Erica.
Beth says hi. How is your juice cleanse going? I think are you done? That was 3 days ago, wasn't it? Hi, Erica et al. Because I figured there's probably people with you. Not by yourself somewhere in a bar going, I don't know what I'm going to do is I'm going to watch some YouTube. That's what I think you sound like in a bar. Sorry. Just happens. We're none of us perfect. Yeah, are you gonna revert at all, or do you think this was a good? So my friend Erica here did a juice cleanse, and I will refrain from rolling my eyes on camera, because every time Beth's like, I'm gonna do a juice cleanse, I'm like, mm-hmm. I always give her crap for doing fad stuff, but you know, there's something to like, kind of resetting your system and getting yourself used to not eating processed sugars and things like that. So I get it. All right, so here are your 2 figures. Here's Dinjarin, another Mando. Let's see if we can get him to focus up there. I lost some light somehow. I feel like my lights is getting dimmer or something. And it's a little better. So I think this is kind of roughly the same as the other prints. I'm not really sure. I haven't compared. It's got his Beskar helmet with the holes in it. And then here's Moff Gideon and his regular old round Darksaber. Giancarlo Esposito, is that his name? The actor? He's fantastic in everything I've seen him in. So put these 2 dudes. Where do they go? This build space gets smaller and smaller, I feel like. And there's 1 dude. And there's 2 dudes. Alright. Dudes. Okay. 20 minutes in. We've got 2 figures built. We can do this. We can do this. I can do this. So yes, this is another Star Wars set. Which means gray. Light gray. Light bluish gray. Yeah, I gathered it's more like a hey, remember what not eating like garbage feels like? You should try that. Your body would thank you for the not eating garbage. We did pretty well with her. She got a book, and I forget what the book was called, but it's basically you go to a page and it's like day 1, get a meat, get a lean meat, get a good grain, and however many vegetables you want, right? And just that all the time. Mostly lunch and dinner, but breakfast is like have a shake or whatever. And we did pretty well with it. We're still kind of doing okay with it. Lately, it's been like with her new job, she has been coming home like weird hours. Not really weird hours, but like late enough to be like, I don't care, let's just order something. So it's been a struggle, but I think we'll get there. Yeah, blending down, getting rid of all the meats and pulps and stuff really helps you just get the sugars and the proteins and whatever else. That's completely understandable. I feel like you do though, where, because I remember one of the posts that you had where, because I occasionally will do smoothies for lunch, and they are the non-fat milk with a smoothie mix, and then like a banana and some peanut butter, or a fruit with some peanut butter, or a fruit with avocado, and I'll drink a whole glass, and I'll be like, all right, well, I don't feel hungry anymore. And at the same time, I'm like, that was not satisfying. That was so not satisfying. And I think that's the mentality, is we lean on food to be satisfying. You chew it, you smell it, you have a plate of it, you put it in your mouth, you swallow it, it kind of sits in your gut, and you're like, yeah, food. And when you don't eat something like that, you're kind of like, but then you get the mentality of that's not really how it's supposed to feel. You're just supposed to eat until you're not hungry, right? As a human being. But that's not how we do that anymore. We eat because we enjoy it. We've conceptualized it. I also don't like the term diet. I feel like I should be a nutritionist, because I'm like, it's not a diet, it's your diet. What you eat on a day-to-day basis is a diet. That's whatever you eat during the day, that's a diet. You change your diet. You don't go on a diet, because that gives you the out, right? That says, oh, well, I was on a diet, now I'm off. I keep falling off my diet. Like it's a thing you have to work on really hard, versus just changing your diet. Now I do this instead. Mental game, it's probably more like Noom. I haven't really looked into Noom at all, but I hear it's kind of a psychological take on eating and eating well. Bear grown. Kind of the way I look at stuff. I mean, I know what's not good for me, and I know what's good for me. I make a choice to eat poorly, so I know that I have to suffer the consequences, which means I get fat and I have health problems occasionally. But I also know that I enjoy eating, so I'm not going to deprive myself of that all the time, just in moderation. The linguist in me wants to die. Well, that's the linguist in me too. Is like, diet is just, it's like saying climate, right? The climate is everywhere and all the time. That's what it is. The climate is the weather in your location. It's the biosphere. It's the way the earth moves. It's, it's all those things. So climate change is like diet change. Ooh, look at that. That was fun. Can we do that again? I'm not a linguist. I mostly say things because I know Kodiak sits over there and just goes, shut up. Shut up with your shutting ups. I will encourage people to, there's another stream going on right now. It's Michaela's stream, and she's doing some more mental health in Lego kind of thing, and she's got a few people on right now. So if you'd like, feel free to jump off and go check her stream out. I think they're talking about like awkwardness right now, and probably a little bit of imposter syndrome and I can't think of the word right now. Self-esteem issues. So, and like going to conventions and things. So if you want to go weigh in on that, feel free to go over and check that out. Otherwise, thanks for being here. Yeah, I don't want to, like, having been doing this for like 2 years at this time, to have somebody that's in my group go, I'm going to start a half hour early on mine. And I'm like, dude, really? But it's free country, man. She can do what she wants. I hope she gets lots of people joining up. She's become kind of a good integral invested member of our lug, so more power. They have become a good part of our lug, so more power to them. Really working hard on that, Michaela. I am so sorry. Okay. I got one. Yeah. All right. See ya. And I'm tuned into both streams. Not expressly a grammar. SFW. German extremist. Where's my... Okay. Wasn't over there to begin. Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what it would do to my bandwidth if I had hers up here too, and I'd be like, hey, I'm streaming too. Hey, buddy. How you doing, buddy? Hey, buddy. How you doing, buddy? Safe for work. Got it. I don't know why I didn't pick that up. Sorry. Expressly a grammar, safe for work, German extremist. So, just a heads up, this stream may become more PG-13 related, and I apologize for that. It's not really my intention to do that, speaking of safe for work, but at some point soon, I will be taking over our Lugs ambassador role to the Lego Ambassador Network. Our friend and mutual Lug member, Will, is stepping down, and I volunteered to fill in for the next... He did it for like 10 or 11 years. I don't think I'm going to be doing it that long, but we'll see. And as being part of the LAN, I think I have to kind of clean up the stream a little. I'm gonna shrug a little bit because I don't know that they're gonna investigate anything that deep, that in depth. So I'm just gonna err on the side of caution. Not like I just sit here and, you know, make porn and sell coke and weapons on this channel or anything like that, but just saying. I'm not gonna stop drinking beer though. They can pry that out of my cold dead hands. So have y'all seen What If? It dropped yesterday. It dropped today. I'd say yesterday. Boy, today was a long day. Have y'all seen it? It was a lot of fun. Hi, Brad's Life. How are you? Thanks for being here. Thanks for being here last Sunday too. That was a hoot. Yeah. So What If started today, and the first episode was about Agent Carter becoming Captain Carter. What would have happened had she, whatever, right? And instead of Steve Rogers becoming Captain America, Agent Carter becomes Captain Carter. Doesn't call her Captain America, doesn't call her Captain Britain, just Captain Carter. It was a lot of fun. The animation was surprisingly good, but it was like they rotoscoped a Pixar movie, right? It wasn't cartoony, but it looked like rotoscoped live action. But if the live action people were shaped like the characters from Ratatouille, right? Which was a really interesting take. wasn't really sure how to deal with that, honestly. But I warmed to it. It was great. And I love what Marvel has always been second, in my opinion, when it comes to cartoons. I always felt like DC had... There's no porn and Coke. I'm coming back. You know what, Erica? Does it not fit with your new lifestyle, your new Hollywood lifestyle? What did you have for breakfast this morning? Coke and a cigarette? What did you have for dinner? An almond and depression? No, so I always thought the DC universe had better cartoons. They had amazing cartoons. Marvel always did the movies better, I thought. And to some extent, some of the TV shows were okay. The DC TV shows, while not great, were, I think, better than the Marvel TV shows. Hit and miss, I think. But the cartoons, I always felt like that was DC's area. But not now. I think Marvel did really well with this first batch. I will say that I wasn't really... It was fun hearing the voices of, like, Haley Atwell, and they didn't get Chris Evans, but they did get Dominic Cooper reprising his role as Howard Stark. Bradley Whitford technically reprising his role from the show of Agent Carter. Anthony Tucci was in it for his, like, half of a line. Trying to think of who else was in it. They did get a lot of people back. They couldn't get Hugo Weaving because he decided he didn't want to do the Red Skull again for the Avengers movies when he was on whatever that planet was, the Soul Stone planet, Vormir or something like that. So they got Ross Marquand, who is an impressionist. He was on, first time I saw him was on Walking Dead. But if you look up Ross Marquand, he is one of the best impressionists I've ever seen. Like, he does really random people, and they're all very good. So he did Red Skull. He did Hugo Weaving doing a German accent. So it was pretty good. And yes, Sebastian Stan was in it. Yes. So my problem with a lot of these is I'm a big voice actor guy. I love me some Frank Welker and some Billy West and all these guys. And I think voice actors bring something that regular actors don't. And on the flip side, I always felt like voice actors probably wouldn't be good actors, like camera actors. So while I enjoyed this, I felt like some of the voices were a little kind of flat. I didn't really like them all that much. It was good hearing them, and it was kind of nice. Especially, I think Dominic Cooper did great. I think he did great. But I thought, Haley Atwell was kind of... she had some lines that were great. Bradley Whitford sounds like Bradley Whitford. He's always sounded like Josh from The West Wing, so, I mean, there's no difference there. Whoever they got to play Steve Rogers was pretty good. I liked him. So, yeah, it was very entertaining. I'm really looking forward to all the new stories they can pull off. And I kind of like that it's the Watcher, kind of like the old comics where the Watcher goes. It's kind of like the intro to Twilight Zone, where there's kind of like that what you're about to see kind of thing. And, this isn't the real thing, but what if? It's very cool. What else is going on? I watched the new Suicide Squad, and it was called The Suicide Squad, so that's different. It was not bad. I was kidding around with James, actually, Erica, on Facebook, because Idris Elba's in it, and they have to go to a building where there's a secret project housing a space alien, and that secret project is called Jotunheim. So we have Idris Elba saying that they have to get to Jotunheim, and my brain really hurt, right? And then for no reason, Taika Waititi is in it as well. So it's James Gunn doing it, which means there's all these really obscure old rock songs that you're like, oh yeah, I remember that song vaguely. And then, you know, there's a lot of slow walks up to the camera, and there's a lot of weird boppy moves of people doing stuff, and it's pretty good, right? But the whole time I'm like, is this like low-key Guardians Volume 3 or Thor movie? You know, it was just really weird. Thor, you know, it's the Thor Ragnarok Squad Volume 3. So it was fun. Oh, interesting. See, as soon as I kind of had the same feeling. When I started watching it, I felt like I usually try to watch a movie without subtitles, just so I'm not, you know, so I'm looking at their faces and I'm looking at the action versus just I'm looking at that bottom 10% of the screen, right? I'm not really paying attention. So I give it a shot, and if it seems like, yeah, I can hear everything they're saying. It's not, you know, it's not a bad sound mix or anything like that. There was a movie recently that was terrible. Like it was Tenet. Like I couldn't hear anything. The music was just like, here's your music, you know, and you're like, oh, get off. Loved the movie, but man, that sound mix was bad. But this one I gave it about 5 or 10 minutes, and I'm like, I'm gonna have to turn this on. And I'm wondering if it was because of that, because it was so clipped and it was like a lot of stuff was being covered. I also like that they introduced a bunch of new people and then like instantly killed them. I'm like, oh, hey, Michael Rooker's in. Nope. Okay, maybe he's not. Oh, hey, it's Nathan Fillion. Nope. Okay, fantastic. Right on. All right, just that one piece. And we're going to put a piece floating by itself right there. These instructions always get me. Just put that piece right there. We'll get to it later. Yeah, so I enjoyed it. Idris Elba is always fun. Margot Robbie is like a delight and a national treasure. I like the guy who plays Flag. He was pretty good. He's also in Altered Carbon, isn't he? Isn't he the guy from Altered Carbon, like the first season? Let's see, who else was in it that was pretty good. The movie, like IMDb said John Cena was in it, but I didn't see him. Was he in this? Oh, my friend, the doctor. Oh, now I can't remember his name. The 12th Doctor. The Scottish one. The cranky old man Scottish one. Durnock the Zero, yes. No, it's the joke. John Cena. Okay. I thought it was funny. Anyway, yes, he was in it. He was Peacemaker. I thought he was fantastic. I thought he was like I thought everybody did really well on this. Oh, you couldn't make a computer? Really? All right. Well, I'm not going to put stickers on for a computer. I've got pieces that are computers. I'm stupid. Sorry. No, that's okay. I had to have the joke explained to me first, too, because my son did that. I was explaining who was in it, and he's like, John Cena was in it? I was like, yeah. He's like, no, he wasn't. I was like, yeah, he was. He's like, you didn't see him. I'm like, okay. Had to look it up. Oh, God, what's the dude's name? The bushy, old, craggled Scottish guy from Doctor Who. What's the actor's name? Oh, fart. I'm going to hate this when I see it. Hydration reminder. Thank you, Kodiak. I'm going to look it up. My phone has been doing this thing lately where I get like a bunch of stuff typed in. Peter Capaldi, thank you. Thank you, me. And it'll just go to the home screen. Like I'll turn my camera on and then I'll turn it and it goes home screen. I'm like, well, now that photo's gone. Oh, hydration reminder. Thank you. Oh, you're fine, Durnak. Durnak the Zero. Guess what I'm doing? I'm just blabbing and building myself. So thank you for tuning in and just having it on in the background. Yeah, so Peter Capaldi was in it, and his character was delightful. He was like the perfect kind of mad scientist where he was a little unhinged, a little depraved, a little awkward. I just found him completely fantastic. Yeah, so I think overall I liked it. I liked it a lot better than the first one. Maybe a little more than Birds of Prey. I don't remember if I liked... Because I liked Birds of Prey, but I think I may like this better. I thought the shark guy was great. Don't remember his name. Oh, and Rat Girl. Ratcatcher 2. Ratcatcher 2 reminded me of... you guys seen the... the movie Mystery Men with Ben Stiller and Hank Azaria and Janine Garofalo. So Ratcatcher 2 kind of reminded me of The Bowler, where it was like her father was that before, and then he taught her all these things, and then he died, and so she took over the mantle of the character. I'm sure that comes up a lot in comic books. So Brick Built Rat. Okay, I'm listening. Brick built rat with the little vest, maybe, like what Ratcatcher had. That little, like I'm a the animal that takes care of you. A service animal, like a service animal vest. That would be fun. All right, that's gonna do something later. It's a trigger for something. Pidoo. So they have a brick-built mouse. I know. I think I have the instructions for it. It wouldn't take much to change that, but that's sort of a big cartoony, ooh, look at me. But if you did it maybe that big and have it look like an actual rat versus a big cartoony Mickey Mouse kind of thing, I think that'd be a lot better. Oh, wow. There's a lot of extras in this. Well, not too... Uh-oh. That's not supposed to be an extra. That is never a good sign. I'm going to go back through this real quick and make sure I didn't miss something. Because you should never have that as an extra piece. But I don't know where else it would have gone. Had that under there. Thought it was pretty good about that. I have an idea. Yeah. I know exactly where that was. Let's see if we can get that up. Without shattering it. I saw that when I went in there. I was like, there's a gap. Is that supposed to be built over that? I would have built over it, but they don't listen to me. I can send pictures. I can't send pictures, but just a rat Lego set. I mean, I think it'd be fun. You could put a pizza in front of it, and you'd have Pizza Rat. Bag 2. Got some extra pieces. I'm most excited about these. I like those a lot. These claws, and these because I do these for engines for microfighters. These round tiles. So Newcastle sets are good. Did you get the big 3-in-1 one? Is that the one you're talking about? I haven't built any of them yet. Are they like throwback castles? They look like the old castles. I mean, because I really like the... Oh, where'd I put it? Oh, it's in the other room. Like the medieval forge, medieval blacksmith. That was a fun set. It was a solid set. Solid set. Really fun construction, a lot of fun little details. Ugh, this is blah. This is the only reason I don't like building big ships like this. This garbage. It's a bag full of Technic pins. I'm gonna hate it. You turned off autocorrect. That's all right. All right. Turn. Wheel of morality. Turn. Tell us the lessons that we should learn. Anyone? Early to rise, early to bed, makes a man wise, but socially dead. Anyone? Bueller. Okay. So I got a bunch of soap today. I am a member, I would say member, but I order a lot of the Squatch, Dr. Squatch soaps that smell like the insides of furniture stores and Renaissance fairs, like the good parts of Renaissance fairs. Not the I camped here with my best friends and now I smell like 2 days without a shower. But hand me a Scotch egg and another mug of ale. No, the good kind that's like pine and smoke and that kind of stuff. Anyway, so they had a thing a couple weeks ago that was a Star Wars soap. So it was like a Darth Maul, a Darth Vader, an Obi-Wan, and a Yoda. And I don't honestly remember the flavors, but there's like, one's got like, it's red with like black flecks in it for Darth Maul, and I think it's got like charcoal or something. And then the Darth Vader's like a pine tar and something, and the Yoda one's like a eucalyptus and mint, and then Obi-Wan Kenobi is like goat's milk and lavender or something. It's blue. They all smell very good. So here's the thing about Dr. Squatch soaps is that if you're used to, and this is something I had to get used to, they leave you feeling a little oily. Maybe not oily, but maybe like when you take a shower and the water's like hard water, like it's not been gone through a softener, and it feels like you're just constantly rinsing. That's kind of how it makes you feel, but that's okay. The soap is actually off. What you're feeling is the fact that you don't have a soap that basically strips all the oil off your skin. Like you need some of your regular natural oils on your body to function, and it's kind of an irritant to your skin. I know I sound like I'm also trying to sell you a copper pyramid with a crystal in it or something, but I started using this and I had like dry flaky skin, and I started using this and it's awesome. Like I love it. You get used to that where you kind of look around and go, I don't have any bubbles on me. I still feel like I need to rinse, but I'm good. You just go dry off and everything's cool. Bronzed? Maybe? So it's, if you can get past the fact that it feels like you have, you're not completely rinsed off. The other thing is the pine tar ones, like the black one, smells amazing, but it's also it also has a black coloring in it, And when you first start using it, it looks like you're getting black marker all over the place. It does wear a little bit and you're fine, but just keep that in mind, because the first time I did it, I'm like, I'm going to stain the crap out of my shower. This is not good, but it's fine. It's just soap. Yeah, I recommend it. Just, it's not for everyone, so get a bar or two. See if you like it. The bars are a little pricey. They're like $8 a bar. They don't last forever, but I think for me, the way that it works for me, I think it's worth it. So I feel like somebody, extolling the virtues of some makeup or something. It's like, it's a little pricey, but if it works for your whole program, then... I've got some Amway to sell you too, Kodiak. Don't let me forget to get with you later and do some pricing, some price scheming. We'll get you set up with your own stuff. Minecraft. I've only ever had a couple sets of Minecraft, and you need an affiliate link, yeah. I should ask them. I'd be like, hey, I do some live streaming. How do I get an affiliate link? Because I've been buying them for like a year now, and I got my son some, and he loves it, and which is kind of cute because he lives with his moms and his sister, and half the time they're like, will you please come over here and teach your son how to like shave? I'm like, I would love to. Or help him buy some soap that's worth a dang, or some shampoo for his greasy hair, because he's 17. Oh, this is why I hate this crap. They have a beer soap. They also have a bourbon soap. They have like a bourbon barrel aged something. They've got a whole bunch of them, and then they rotate them. It's not always the same. I'm sure there is. I'll find one. I'll get you some Ginsu knives, man. Mr. Popeil. Mr. Popeil. Look at that tomato. You could even cut a tin can with it, but you wouldn't want to. Mr. Popeil, I'm in trouble. Need your assistance on the double. Oh no, how do I make my old vinyl car top look like no? Mr. Popeil. Cooking with Daryl on TikTok is killing it with affiliates and merch. I wish I had the nose for that kind of stuff, and the time, and the drive, frankly, the chutzpah to set all that kind of stuff up. I have a pretty decent paying job that I don't really need it, so I just like kind of doing this kind of stuff. But it would be kind of nice to get enough off of doing this to then be able to buy more of this. That's kind of the dream. Sit down, put a set together, do some designing, do some mocking. After a couple months, you've earned enough to buy another set that you can build. That would be kind of fun. I think I burned myself out when I was trying to do comic books, and that is all about self-promotion. And if you are not a 90% self-promoter, Like getting to work in any comic book field is literally 90% hawking yourself. And if you let up on the gas for even a moment, you're gonna lose that wave, and you're kind of done. So it's really hard to do self-promotion, period. Like, you've got to really believe in yourself and the product, and if you don't, it's hard to sell something you don't believe in. So you really got to believe in yourself and be comfortable with yourself. I feel like I'm very comfortable with myself, but I also know that I don't need to do that much. Anyone who does Minecraft mocks? I don't personally. I don't think we've got anybody in our lug who does Minecraft mocks either. Like religiously, like a lot. Like that's all they do. There's one guy I know who's done a couple big builds of Minecraft stuff, but that's it. And he did one of the conventions I was at, he did a... What does that hook into? He did a big mountain, and it had all the Minecraft trees, and it had the carts that went around, and he had like some light bricks inside some of the mine shafts so you could see where it was lit. He had like switching tracks on it, and then the mountain was built with Duplo underneath it so it could be a little lighter and he wouldn't need that much brick. And then he just covered it with green and brown brick to make a big... It was pretty impressive. But that was like the only mock I've seen out of our group. Yeah, I think the advice would be, if you're going to do a big mountain of some kind or any landscape, to use Duplo as the base. That way you could get a lot of it, and it would go a long way towards kind of bulking up anything that needed to be a little bigger in terms of rolling hills and whatever. Yeah, be good. Active retirement fund for the hobby. Honestly, the projects that I've set up for myself, like doing all the microfighters and designing a bunch of stuff and sorting all this, I feel like I'm good until I retire. Like I don't need to do a whole lot of other things. I'm pretty happy with what I'm doing. I also feel like some of the lug stuff is going to take over a little bit soon, and I may not have as much time to do this as I did previously, but we'll see. I mean, this is only a couple hours a week, so I don't think it's gonna be that bad. I'm not even gonna say it because I think I'm gonna jinx it, but so far the music has been pretty good. Rorge. Where does that go? Like that. Uh-oh. And it's kind of... hoping we'll have a piece fit in there. Huh. Oh. Derp. There we go. That's some hot nonsense right there. Push. Okay. Now we're cooking with gas. Oh, no problem, man. Thanks for, yeah, I'm all about talking about other things. See, you did that wrong. The instruction had this pushed through already. But then when you get here, it says, oh yeah, push that through. It's like, it's already pushed through. Ugh. Why? Is there no quality assurance? When Minecraft first came out, all my friends who knew I was both into video games and Lego were like, dude, there's this game out there with your name on it. I was like, is it a Star Wars game? Is it a Lego game? And they're like, no, it's Minecraft. Like, what the deuce is Minecraft? So I looked at it, and it seemed okay. There's something about it I could not get into. It was like the starkness of the world, or the fact that everything was just such a grind to do. I couldn't put my finger on it, but I had zero interest in it. Like, I tried playing it with my son, because I thought maybe I'm missing something. This does seem like it should be right up my alley, but man, I was just like, ugh, I can't. This is blah. Oh, quiet, Kodiak. I don't need your lecture. I said it's a stupid game. It's a stupid game. No, I'm sure it's a fantastic game. It must be, because it's been around forever. And it's just a huge hit, and they made Lego sets out of it. Something about it just doesn't appeal to me, and I don't know what it is. So, but I'm glad everybody else likes it. Keep it going. Especially with mods. That's something I wish I had a better computer for, is modding games. To be able to kind of break your game, to put in some fun tidbits in it. I think the only thing I really ever played with any mods was like Quake. Like Quake 2 or 3. I can't remember. And that was like other people's mods. It wasn't like I did any modding. It's just, you know, you download fun character skins and stuff. But... Oh, congratulations, Durnak. I spent about $1,300 last year too to get the machine I'm on now. Actually, earlier this year. Worth it. It's not a gaming PC. I just got it for this. I got it for this and working in studio, and that's it. I've got a PS4. I'm sure I'll have a PS5 whenever I can find one. So I'm good with PlayStation as my video game outlet. I do miss playing like StarCraft and some flight sims and stuff. X-Wing TIE Fighter, some RPGs and stuff, but I'm okay. I don't need, you know, a Switch and a PlayStation and a computer and, you know, and. So, but yeah. Brad, you've reminded me to be very excited about tomorrow too. I'm going to wake up early. I'm going to get my coffee. I'm going to get my eggs and bacon breakfast. I'm going to sit in front of my computer and just love it. It's going to be great. Because it's also Friday, which means it's going to be hopefully kind of a chill day. I don't have any meetings or anything. And then I think we got some people coming over. And it's going to be, I think, a good day overall. I hope. Only have a PC nowadays? Yeah. I know some people who are like that. They're like, I can't do a bunch of different stuff. I have talked a friend of mine into getting a PlayStation so he can play Horizon Zero Dawn, though. So that'll be cool. And I think he got a PS5. So I'm both jealous and... I'm jealous for two reasons. I'm envious for two reasons. One, he got a PS5. I think he got a PS5. Two, he's going to be able to play Horizon Zero Dawn for the first time. Which I just think is such a great game. Like, the discovery of everything as you play is what makes it a great game, I feel. And if I were to go through it and play it again, I'd be like, oh yeah, but I already knew that was coming. You know, I knew that weird animal discovery was coming up, and I knew that bit of the suit her bit of her spear or whatever is coming up, and I knew that character thing was going to happen. The one thing I didn't like about the game as much is you can't really build relationships with people. And I know that's not the drive of the game, but... No, it's for PlayStation. It's a PlayStation exclusive, actually. It's built for PlayStation. So, I think they ported it to Xbox within the past 6 months, maybe, but I don't know. Or PC, maybe both. You should look into it. It's like game of the last 10 years for me. It's so amazing. And I do hope it's a longer episode as well, Brad. Although I don't see them doing that. This was already a 2-parter, so the fact that we got a 2-parter is kind of like, you got your long episode. What are you complaining about? Because I'm an old Jewish dad. You got your long episode. What are you complaining so much about? So that's how it should go. Bam. All right, this is going to be sizable. It'll be a pretty good size for a set. It could be 45 minutes. I could see them doing a 45-minute. I need to watch Bad Batch. I haven't seen any Star Wars since Clone Wars Season 7. Well, lucky for you, I don't think there's been much since then. I think Clone Wars Season 7 was kind of it. I don't know. Did Mandalorian come out after... Mandalorian Season 2 come out after Clone Wars Season 7? I thought it was Mandalorian Season 2 up until, like, December, and then later that spring was Clone Wars Season 2. And then there was something else. Now I can't remember. There hasn't been a ton since then. So you're good. Bad Batch is good. I like it. It's not, you know, the best thing ever, but it's very good. All right. That is not going through. Let's try the other side. Okay, so yeah, you missed a season of Mandalorian. This is why I don't like Technic. You get bits like this where you just like, it doesn't... Frel. And I know they got to do that to make it swooshable, but oh, I hate it. I hate it so much. This times 2. Yeah, it is. Especially since they're bringing a lot of... I mean, it's the same animation and it's the same type of story, and it's a lot of the same characters. Where is that supposed to go? Oh, under there. And again, another... I mean, I can understand putting a sticker on that for a computer because it's... But if you're putting it on this plate, you could do computer, you know. They do make 1x2 slope computer screens, so... And this is going to be inside, so I'm not about to ruin a perfectly good slope with a computer sticker. Just am not. I'm guessing these 2 plates go on top of that. Bob's your uncle. Just imagine those are some computer screens and everybody will be happy. Everybody looking happy. Bag 3, what time is it? Oh, kind of right on schedule. I think there were 2 bag 3s. There were. These were the figures, and I usually have them over here, but they're kind of in the way, so. Watch your ears, everybody. Got some crinkling going on. Here's the show that I've been mainlining the past few days, is Ted Lasso, which you really need to watch that. It's on Apple Plus TV, so not everybody's going to get it, but if you watched and enjoyed Schitt's Creek, and I think to some extent Kim's Convenience, you'll really like this show. It's funny and wholesome, and it sets up all the same kind of tropes that a show like The Office might do, where it's uncomfortable, and the characters are going to be bad, the characters are going to be terrible people, and then suddenly it flips it on its head, and and ends it on a good note, and you're left thinking, well, now how do I feel about this? I'm used to feeling like garbage after this, or laughing uncontrollably at other humans' misery, and now I don't have that. It's actually a stunning feeling. And we're flipped again. Okie doke. It's like watching an action movie, being predisposed to The Walking Dead, just assuming that at any 1 second somebody's just going to get shot in the head. And to not have that happen, you're kind of like, oh, I'm not sure if I know how to feel about that. Yeah, I watched the first episode of the 2nd season with my son and the moms yesterday, but I haven't watched any more yet. And here's the thing, there's not a character in that show I don't like. Except for one. I cannot stand Jamie Tart. Jamie Tart. He is such a punchable face. Like, I hated him from the get-go. If anybody needs to have a redemption story, it's him. Because I think everybody else is pretty, like, they're on track, right? They've started the upswing. Like, everybody seems to have some problems, and you're just waiting for them to kind of fall back down. But so far, everybody's kind of hanging on, and it's looking good. But try not to swear, but God, Jamie Tart, man. I am a little bit worried about Nick as the Nate, the kit man turned coach. Because he was you'll see in the first episode, he kind of gets a little, not dark, but a little, what's the word I'm looking for? He's really harsh on the players for, like, no real reason. And they're kind of like, where did that come from? So I'm a little worried that he's going to have kind of a slide, like he's going to get real full of himself, and something's going to bite him in the butt, but I don't know. I can't tell how many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, and the dogs are going crazy. They want to be outside with everybody. But yeah, it's a lovely, lovely show. And I don't know if you caught it, but the lady who plays Rebecca, who here has seen Game of Thrones? I'm going to wait for that question to be answered before I say anything. Who here has seen Game of Thrones and enjoyed it and remembers stuff about it? Let's say that. God, I hate Technic. I hate it with a white hot passion. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay, fair enough. So there's an actor in that you wouldn't have seen till probably later. I think season 7, 6 even, who is Rebecca, right? But she's a sister of the whatever the I can't even remember the order now, but it's all the the crone and the warrior and all that, sisters of the whatever. It's the one that like the sparrow was part of. Anyway, it's the one who walks down the street with Cersei going shame, cling, shame, cling. That lady, that's Rebecca. That's the actress. And I was like, God, she seems familiar. And I looked it up and I was like, what? Oh man, that's great. Because she is fantastic. Like, I know we're supposed to hate on her like right off the bat, but like just as an acting standpoint, wow, she's fantastic. I mean, they're all great. Isn't Red Wedding in season 2? Yes, I believe it is. Because I don't want to say anything more, but I think those. I don't think Rob made it much farther than season 2 or 3, if I remember correctly. Oh, whoops. Yeah, that went wrong. Yeah, and it's one of those shows, I mean, you watch it or you don't. It's good, but I mean, there's lots of other good shows out there. And oh, this is just ridiculous. Gotta line up like 3 of these things and they're all squirrely. And this one's not even lined up right. Can't imagine an 8-year-old doing this. That's frustrating. That bit right there was very frustrating. I liked it. Season 7 was pretty good. Like season 6 and 7 were pretty good. Then season 8 was like, what just happened? That was all real good, and then like just like the cinematography was even different, and I don't know. It was funky. It was all funky. It was like season 6 of Community or something. Like, wait a minute, this just feels wrong. Oh, I know what we're building. This is the stupid thing that allows you to pick it up, so you can swoosh it around. It's like most Star Destroyers get this treatment. They get the little thing that allows you to pick it up. God, I hate this. So, yeah, season 7 was a lot of battles. There's a battle on the wall. There's a battle of the bastards. There was the Battle of the Bay. The Battle of the Black. There's like Black Bay or something like that. With in the harbor outside of King's Landing. I think that was in that. That may have been earlier. Wow, this one song is just going on. Okay. Can that be the end of that stupid thing? Oh yeah, that was pretty. I think that's the point where everybody was just like, "Oh man!" Like that's when I think that was 8, though, wasn't it? Where she just went totally crazy and was just like killing everybody. The dude who got fried in that battle, like there was the king and then the king's son, and they're both like, "No, I stand with him." And she's like, "It's not your fault. It's his fault. You can leave." And he's like, "No, I'm gonna stand here anyway." That dude, the prince, that's Luther from Umbrella Academy. I didn't put those two together until recently. I was like, "Oh, that's that dude." That's fun. So our friends here in H-Town, not H-Town, A-Town, are huge, like for the most part, really big Game of Thrones fans. Like a couple of my friends cosplay as them and look amazing. If you look up pictures of a Jon Snow, but say Tom Snow, that's my friend Tom. He's a really good costume designer, mostly for just the stuff that he likes to wear. Like he's done some other stuff for other people, but he's just really good leather worker and costume designer and everything. So he kind of looks like Jon Snow a little bit. So he and his wife have done. Oh no, is that actually a? Oh, it just looks like it. Jon Snow and Ygritte, Jon Snow and Sansa, and all right, take care, Brad. Thanks for being here. And yeah, we'll be here Sunday. So good seeing you. Have a good weekend. Yeah, they kept upping the carnage. That's very true. They're like, where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? I was going to say something else. Anyway, so we would have... Oh, that's what it was. So we would have parties at their house where they'd set up a projector and we watch every new episode out in the backyard. Everybody get their camping chairs and go sit outside and watch the latest episode. It was a lot of fun. And when Arya did that move with the Ice King, oh my God, the place just lost their mind. They're just like, what? Just shirts coming off, and it was great. And then the 8th season happened, and we all went. That was in the 8th season though, but I mean that part was great. But everything else was kind of like, eh. All right, how does that go on? Oh, it goes on over the top. Right. Because I'm Roy Kent. That's why. Roy Kent's my favorite character. Also. He's great. I think he'd be like me if I was a soccer player. Football player. Kind of old. Hirsute. Angry. It's my trick. That's my secret, Cap. I'm always angry. Plus, so if we're talking about like the end of season 8, there was a lot, like I think we were waiting from the book. There was a lot of like, what happened to all these, all the stories of like the lost children or the children of the forest or whatever. That was completely abandoned, and a lot of the Lord of Light was abandoned. A lot of that storyline was left out, and we're like, all they really wanted to do was just get a giant fight at the end. And I get it. It's hard when the story hasn't been written yet, and you're kind of having to make it up. But I think you're really able to tell who the writers were, or who the writer was, when it was left to these two chuckleheads to kind of finish it. And it's like, well, you guys may have been okay directors, but you were definitely not writers. Because that was, I don't know. Yes, Littlefinger's end was very satisfying. Oh, and I didn't hate him as a character. I thought he was a great character. I didn't like him, but I thought he was a good character, right? It's one of those things where you're like, can't hate on the actor, because the actor's doing a fantastic job. Character is a terrible person. But yeah, it was so good. That was another one where like everyone went woo, you know. Oh, did I say Lower Deck started today too? Did I mention that? Anybody who's a Star Trek fan? Lower Decks started today. So you're watching Lower Decks the other day. Oh, that reminds me, I gotta get back into our podcast. We're gonna be on our sister podcast as guests, so if you guys listening or would like to listen to us, we're gonna be on Amy and Britt's podcast, Still Not Ready, which is a Ready or Not podcast just like ours. They're a little ahead of us, and we're going to be guests on theirs pretty soon, so I think sometime we're going to record with them sometime in September. And I've already started watching season 2 for ours, so we can start recording. We'll get that going again. I think I'm only going to go till 9:30. I was going to go till 10, but I think I'm going to running low on beer and kind of running low on steam. But Sunday we'll do a long one. We'll just finish it on Sunday, maybe 2 or 3 hours. We'll see how it goes. Get some more people in this joint. Maybe we'll have some people in. All right. That's fun. Oh my God. Hey. Kodiak, help Durnak with, I know he's like typing on his phone or something probably. Somebody needs to help him with commas. Because I'm not sure if he's apologizing for being back or if he's saying, hey, sorry I was away and now I'm back. I feel like the actually guy. Actually, you got your comma in the wrong place. I wasn't entirely sure what you were talking about. Oh my God. Let the dogs outside. Hey, sorry. I'm back. There it is. There's the pedantry that we know and love. I think that's the right word, right? Pedantry? If you are being pedantic. Oh, I don't know. I figure all wordsmiths just jump at the chance to be lexicography police. I follow a lady on Twitter who is on a British panel show called 8 out of 10 Cats Does Countdown, and her name is Susie Dent, and she's a linguist. She's published several books on writing and the English language and stuff, and she has a pretty fun Twitter account that like old word of the day and new fun word I discovered and stuff like that. It's really great if you're into that sort of thing. You're right, D&D pick campaigns. I pity my players. That's actually quite funny. You get done describing a room that they've gone in, they're like, is the door dead or is the room dead? We're not really sure. Can we look at a map? Oh, my thing said, oh, I heard you said that you want to stop, so I'm going to stop playing. Plus, I'm convinced that last song was like 28 minutes. Come on. Come on. Make a noise. See, you're not doing it for me here, kid. Oh, why? Where is it? Where is it? blues, chill bass, chill EDM. Thank you. All right. Basically the same song. Like getting stranded in the desert or researching jellyfish or playing cursed video games. Yeah. Oh, I saw that like 2-minute thing where you're like, yeah, thanks for having me on. And it was that dude just cycling through. I'm like, what? What is this? There's a whole live 2-minute video of something. I couldn't tell if it was like he had designed it and was testing it or if it was a game. I'm like way out of my loop on like what games are what. So forgive my ignorance. Like I'm sure you're over there going, dude, that was Call of Duty 6 or, you know, Sleeper Cell 5 or Sniper Haven The Redemption. I don't know. Fallout 4. Oh, that's why I didn't recognize it. I know. Fallout 4 is a great game. I should play it. I've been told that. I have. Yeah, I just see this thing pop up and I'm like, oh, Kodiak's live. What? Guess not. All right, before I start this hot garbage, I think I'm gonna kill it. Thank you everybody for hanging out with me. These are the 2 figures we got. We only got these 2. We got 5 more bags to do. So I appreciate y'all hanging out on a Thursday night. I will be back Sunday. And okay, yeah, I'll wait for a year out. But yeah, thanks for being here, everybody. And I will talk to you guys on Sunday. And peace. See ya.